What is up? What is up? Welcome back to the LuxAlgo live stream. My name is Jacob. It's good to be back. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. Let me get some of that background music back up. We are live once again on YouTube and on Instagram. If you are on the Instagram live stream, we have the full charting all on YouTube. You'll kind of be a little difficult seeing the chart on Instagram, but it's fun trying to get back into the dual streaming action. Hopefully we can get it going. Robert, what is up, my friend? Those of you guys, by the way, who won the giveaway on Friday, payment's going out today. Sorry for the delay. We were busy all day Friday. Obviously, then the weekend occurred. So today, payment's going out. Stay tuned. I did reach out to you. Alex, I tried to get you, man. I tried to reach out to you. I don't know if you're in the stream at any point today, please message, man. I want to get you your winnings. If you don't message, that kind of stinks. I really want to get those to you. So please reach out to us, especially me. I'll look for you again in the Discord. If not, just join the Discord. Link is in the description. Guys, quite an interesting weekend. The market extremely just sideways through the weekend with Bitcoin, especially sideways. But once again, starting us off, Mickey, man, Edward, Mickey's in the Discord. You got to go to Mickey's streams in the Discord. He streams every morning within the Discord. But guys, for those of you that are new to the stream, welcome. Our goal every single week, we do a $300 giveaway on Friday. So every day we have to hit 100 likes on the YouTube stream for that giveaway to happen, right? So make sure you hit that like button and a sub if you haven't already. But real quick, we have a new thing that we're going to add for people that want a better chance at the giveaway. And it has to do with your loyalty to the stream. So Streamlabs has a really cool feature where it gives you points based on how much you chat, how much you tune in, and hang out. Last week, Dame was our #1. Fame was #2. Jockey, you're in the top 10. So what we're thinking is at the end of the week, the top 10 viewers will actually end up getting a separate opportunity in a better giveaway. So just gives you more reason to come to the YouTube thing and chat. All right, come chat, hang out with us every single day. But we're gonna start something new really quick. The current price of Bitcoin is 42,584, right? Look at Mickey with a haircut. I have a haircut scheduled for tomorrow, okay? Chill. I have one scheduled for tomorrow. I know I said Monday, but my barber was literally booked all weekend, so I have one scheduled for tomorrow. So chill. If Alex doesn't claim his $100, we'll give away another 4. We'll give away another 100. I did say Monday. I'm sorry, Dame. I did say Monday. But guys, real quick though, if you're on the YouTube, new thing right now, I'm gonna reset the loyalty database. So every time you chat, you watch, you get points, right? You get points every time you chat, you watch. I'm resetting it right now. What we're gonna do is a new sort of, I wish we had the same thing as Twitch, where you could do the predictions. But right now, I'm gonna give you guys just a few minutes to plug in what you think. Bitcoin, do you think by the end of the stream, is it gonna be above the current price of 42,545, or is it gonna be below, we're gonna say 550, okay? Is it gonna be above 42,550 or below 42,550 by the end of the stream today? Let me add that in real quick. 1 second. You have to reply to the Q&A, okay? I'm gonna say more or less than, let's see, 42,550 by the end of the stream. Reply to this Q&A, okay? Reply to this Q&A. Put more or less in that Q&A. I'm gonna give you just a few minutes. If you put more or less, at the end of the stream, the people that guess correctly will get 100 points added to their profile. If you have the most amount of, if you're in the top 10 of the most points at the end of the week, you'll get entered into a separate giveaway of 10 people rather than 400. Make sure to reply to it within this thing. You'll see it at the top there. Reply more or less. You can say above too. It doesn't matter. I get it. I get what above is. I'm gonna give you guys just a few moments. This means that you do have to tune in early on the stream to be able to be to be able to guess whether it's gonna be more or less than 42,550. Because then at the end of the week, the more you chat, the more you come view, and if you can get these right, you'll get 100 points added to your profile, and those points will go towards your ability to be in that separate giveaway at the end of the week. All right, so more reason to come hang out with us for sure. Hopefully we get all this correct. I'm gonna make sure we copy all this for sure. I'm gonna give you guys 1 more minute, okay? If you want to enter, if you want to be able to enter into this, by the way, if you're on the Instagram stream, make sure to go to the YouTube stream. It's the only way I can actually calculate who all says. Who all says it. Do likes count as activity? I'm pretty sure. Any activity is it counts. Any activity counts. Make sure to, guys that are typing it in the chat, make sure to type it in that Q&A thing up there. Type it in that. It's the only way it's going to work, guys. It's the only way I can keep track of it, okay? I wish YouTube had something similar on the predictions type thing, but type it in there. All right, you got 30 seconds. Last 30 seconds, and then we're going to end it. And then we're going to take a quick vote while we go over the start of Bitcoin here in about 20 seconds. We can go over Bitcoin really fast, and then we'll view it on the chart as well. And then we got to fill the board. All the fun things. All right, I'm closing it in 5 seconds. 5 seconds. And okie dokie. That is it, my friends. Thank you guys for entering. I'm going to type this in real quick, so I'm going to save this just in case I can't tell Monday. Just in case I miss you guys. All right, end of the stream. All right, predictions are in, my friends. Will I be able to go? Yeah, I won't be able to go back. All right, perfect. I got you guys in if you're here. All right, guys. Really quick, Bitcoin obviously super sideways today. Before we do that, you know the drill. Let's pop on the wheel of analysis here today. You get it. If you've been here before, you know what to do. If not, guys, throw your ticker symbols in the chat. If I can find the freaking thing for the... There you go. Throw your symbols in the chat. We'll write down the ones to go over today, and we'll go from there. All right. LCX started us off there. We'll do that. Make sure it has good volume, too, by the way. TRB. We're starting off new this week, so might as well, we can look over anything. Please don't say gold. Please don't say gold. You guys know me and what we're thinking about gold here. Let me see. Sui. We'll do Sui. We did that last week too on Friday. AVAX. Gold. Okay. Okay. Good one. XRP. Give me some stocks. Somebody give me a stock. Let me look at the Shiba, Solana. Solana we will go over. Solana is a major. XRP is the worst. You want me to take XRP off? Tesla. We'll do Tesla. What am I? Tesla doesn't start with an S. Tesla. Apple. Microsoft. We'll do Microsoft. What else we got? B Pro, Matic. I like Matic from the from Instagram chat. Matic from the Insta chat. Pendle. I swear, you guys are just messing with me now with the gold. Oh my gosh. Okay. Gotta just keep saying gold. GBP, JPY. All right, give me a FTM. We got one space left. Platinum, Nikki said. Gosh, NASDAQ. We'll look over the NASDAQ. Anything major-wise, we'll look over, my friends. Anything major-wise. Euro, USD, NASDAQ, Pendle, Shiba. Everybody always saying Shiba. Gold. We're gonna do gold. Oh my gosh, I can't. and keep saying gold. Nifty. Pendle. I keep seeing Pendle. Hold on. Let me look at that real quick. Maybe this will be worth it. This thing's just skyrocketing. Ooh, IBIT. Somebody said IBIT. Bet. Let's look at IBIT. I like that. The ETF. All right. We have Feel the Wheel. All right. Let's kind of get, let me get that off there. There we go. I'm not going to switch it here. There we go. All right, guys. Let's hop over to the charts. Let's get into it. We'll start with Bitcoin on the other screen. Now that we can do that. And then let me throw on some, where we at here? Where are my bookmarks at? That's not the right music. Any music suggestions for today? I'm just going to put on something so we can get right into this. Hold on. Probably the same thing we always do. Oh, I had something new if it gets annoying. All right. R. Kelly. Oh my gosh. R. Kelly. I don't know about that. You guys are nuts. All right, those of you on Instagram, this probably looks a little weird. The chart is half chopped, and that's for a reason, so you can actually see the dang thing. But in this case, yeah, if you want to actually see the full chart, make sure you go to youtube.com/LuxAlgo. We have the full chart on there. But the board is filled. We are starting us off with Bitcoin. We're going to go through all the majors. You guys know the ordeal. Welcome back, my friends. Bitcoin didn't do much over the weekend. Let's hop to the 4 hour. Let's start low time frame. Start low time frame. All right, very choppy price action going into the weekend. Not much volume, right? Not much volume on Bitcoin 4 hour. Hopefully we will be going over gold. Don't worry. Are we live? Are we still live, by the way? Yeah, you're good on YouTube. Instagram's being weird. Okay, in this case, though, all right. Once again, we're holding up over those previous highs, right? We're holding up over the break of structures very easily. Which, you know, is kind of what we want in this case. But I want to actually look at the fixed volume profile just for this current range that we came into here, right? Let's see here. So here you go. Sad music. Goodness gracious. Fine. You want me to put, like, somebody said jazz. Give me a sec. Somebody said sad music. Oh, this is like classic jazz. Those are jazz beats. Upbeat jazz. What you got? It's all royalty free, so it's not gonna be the best, probably. This is classic. Jazz beats, please give me something. Okay, these are... Alright, this is fine. This is fine. We gotta get into the charts, guys. You're distracting me. Alright. Good enough. All right, my friends, let's get back into this. All right, Bitcoin here, 4 hour. Look, it hit the bottom of this high volume range on the 4 hour. This is a very low range, so in this case, it might not actually make its move, right? So for now, I wouldn't really consider that range worth actually looking at. But again, if we are, you know, thinking about trading proper structure, right, we got to break to either side. So right now, there's not really a current spot in which I would fully say we're going up or down in this case, but I will say that, you know, if we were to break this high or this low, that's when I would identify whether or not I would actually want to trade this thing, right? So for now, breaking out of this high of 43,876 would definitely be what you would really want to look for now. I see the high is 43,872.99 on Bitcoin. If we go to that daily chart, we can also see here struggled, right? Today it has struggled a bit. The entire market is actually struggling quite a bit today, but so it's cool to see that Bitcoin today is actually green. It's break even on the day. So we'll see if this actually does want to maybe hold up here by close, but this candle is quite weak, so I wouldn't be that big of a fan of where it's at right now. So it's kind of being patient, waiting on where this thing actually wants to head. If we dive into that weekly chart, though, you can see we're still continuously rallied up to this 1 week order block here. And, you know, we rejected it pretty hard and ended up closing at a 41,000 level after breaking out that week to 49K. So that, you know, pretty aggressive sellers sitting up there at that level. 1 second, guys. Goodness gracious. Okay. But yeah, so rejecting those that move above 48K, not a great sign. Not a great sign that we're seeing that. But then guess what? We came back down. We retested this imbalance here, this buy side imbalance, and we bounced off it pretty aggressively the past 2 weeks. We've held over that price. So watching this daily, we're in a rough spot. You know, this is hard to say where it might head from now. But I will say the oscillator, you can see the money flow has been super weak, so it's very indecisive, right? So with that money flow being that indecisive is definitely something that I'm going to be considering a high watch on either direction. So you can pull up a volume range, and this is a great way to identify which way we might end up heading from here. And first starting off would be the 442235 of that volume range. We're considering more aggressive breakouts. So in this case, for a bigger breakout, more aggressive move here, we would definitely want to see a break through the higher move on that volume range of, let's just say 4425. So 44,250 would be a great break. That'd be above that resistance. But right now, sitting at the point of control, pretty basic, right? We're not really moving anywhere. It's in technicals, profiles, and then fixed range profile there, Dame. But guys, if you want to do the giveaway this Friday, we had it on 100 likes. Okay, we're at 50 likes right now. Hit that like button. We want to give away $300 this week. We'll vote on that at the end of the stream. Which way you want to put it. I might put it here in just a sec. But for now, Bitcoin, guys, we're gonna have to break either structure point on that 4 hour, and these are the levels I would mark off before consider trading this thing. And it would be 41,850, or it would be the 3875. So price is going to have to, in my opinion, break either one of these levels to consider a trade whatsoever. Right now, not really a sell, not really a buy. It's definitely needs to show us some structure changes in order to make that move. Let's go into Ethereum now. 1 sec. All right, into Ethereum. This thing actually did break, right? On that 4 hour there, it did break out, right? So Ethereum here broke out of this, didn't fully hold over, and then failed, right? So that's exactly what you pretty much want to see. It looks like we didn't actually get a full body close. We didn't. So if we would have gotten a full body close over this, we would have gotten an actual change of character. That did not occur. The body didn't fully close there. Nice little strong candle there, but this is why we always talk about if we're going to go for a breakout move, we want to see this fully close over a structure point, right? And then find support on top of that. Now, once again, if we go into the profiles, it's the biggest thing we like to watch for on top of the structure. It's another thing to kind of help us identify where we might be heading next. There you go. The top of that value range, right? Top of the value range, usually when price gets above value range, like you saw here, you get a nice impulse to set either a new high or a potential reversal. But for now, as you can see, we went up, retested the top of that value range once again, we came back down. Now, this is yet another high, strong consolidation period that we're watching. But again, look at the daily. Look how bearish this looks on the daily. The daily chart right now has broken pretty much a bear flag formation. Because it's crypto, it's the same concept. You have higher highs and lower or higher lows. Sorry. So the overall idea of a bear flag makes sense here. It has broken it, but we haven't had that volume come in to actually send us lower. But here you go. If today closes like this or lower, we will get a bearish turning point on that oscillator. Okay, we will get a bearish turning point on that oscillator. here, and it is coming out of a pretty aggressive uptrend, right? So if we get a bearish turning point on that oscillator, more than likely we're going to go retest these lows here on Bitcoin. Now, what low will we retest? Well, this is where you can bring in that fixed volume profile yet again on a daily chart off of this level, and you can kind of see here, boom, we have a target to think about. That 2200 is what I would say. 2200 would be that downside target if we get an aggressive selling day, which is very possible. So in this case, though, look at this setup here. You had a retracement into a bearish imbalance here, which is something we really like to see. And then you rejected that bearish imbalance, and now we're heading a little bit lower. So something you always, want to pay attention for on higher time frames, for sure. If we go into that weekly, the weekly yet again, we never made our full move that Bitcoin did up into these higher order blocks. Bitcoin made that huge move into that high swing order block up there, but Ethereum was lagging, right? It wasn't full on wanting to actually continue itself either. If we were to actually pull it yet again, let's just do a regular fixed range, not an auto. Did that give it to me? Yeah. If we were to pull it from here, honestly, we take the rate. Yeah. Well, let me go down actually just a little bit more. I mean, it's pretty much exactly in the same spot regardless. I want to get right where this range came into play if it'll let me. Let me redo that. Sorry. Fixed range. And so we take right where it went through right here into this current move right here. You can see, okay, so same line up there. It failed to completely break out of this range, right? And then now it's coming back into it. So it's very likely we could come back, retest highs here on a weekly time frame. I honestly really wanted that retracement here on the fib a little bit lower. You can see the 50% retracement lines up with that other high. So we did roughly get it on a weekly, but I would like to see it actually come and retrace and not just wick it. So if we get that actual retracement there, I think it'll be better off to see kind of it settle off below these lows, maybe sweep these lows, and then that might give it enough liquidity to continue back to the highs. So we really gotta watch. My man, can I ask you to increase the setting for volume profile to 144? I mean, that's not really what we're watching. We're not really watching the, what did he say? It's hurting his eyes. If we go back to 2K, that'd be amazing. Yeah. So I think we need to possibly go sweep these lows, especially with this bear flag kind of setup we're getting on the daily that just broke. So we might go the retest lows, higher probability as of now. Let's get into gold. We'll go to the NASDAQ. Here you go. I mean, gold was rough to begin with. Now, this is kind of a pennant formation on a weekly, right? Okay. This jazz music is kind of bumming me out. I'm sure it's bumming the rest of you out. I just need, like, upbeat something. Not that. Hold on. Bear with me. Royalty free, man. It's the worst sometimes. All right. It's a little bit better. All right. You guys can't even hear it. I didn't realize that. I heard it way more than you could. Gold, my friends. All right. This will just be in the background. Hopefully it's not too loud. Okay. In this case, we're just having it there, right? Look, we have, somewhat of a pennant formation kind of forming here, which is interesting on a weekly chart because honestly, like pennants a little bit more when they're on higher time frames, or sorry, on lower time frames, right? Tropical island feels, yeah, that's what we're going for. But we've said this a billion times on this stream. It's that 2K level is super important where we're at. There's just no melody to this. All right, this works. So yeah, that 2020 level is pretty good, but 2000 is definitely the overall price point to consider watching here. On a weekly chart, though, you can see the amount of highs here that we're trying to show support on, which is good for structure. All right, we continue to have that structure. It's very good. But look at here. We had a failed change of character last week. Didn't find support over that change of character. Now it's selling back into the current lows that we were inside this range, right? So, yeah, hit that like button, guys. But once again, that 2020 is being tested for, man, it seems like it just doesn't want to stop getting tested. So right now on the daily chart, I will say I'd be bearish on a daily, especially the fact that it went up and set a higher high based on this lower high previously, and now it's rejecting that higher high, right? So seeing that, I would dive into a 4-hour and really focus on where this might be heading. Now, it's quite interesting to also see here is, let's take a look at the fixed range profile on this as well, off of this current range that it hit when it first came into this. You can, let me double check. My goodness. Give me just something normal, royalty-free music. Goodness gracious. Some weird stuff going on here. Let me see when we entered the bottom of this range here. I mean, this, honestly, I'm going to take it back even further. Here, we'll treat this as that current range as well. Yeah, that works. Okay. So even with, pulling from, back in December and now pulling on gold back in October, regardless that it's still been playing inside of this value range, right? A lot of high volume trading happening here. And so it's one of those things, yet again, we need an aggressive breakout, and breaking through that high would have potentially given us that chance, but it just didn't happen. It busted the high, just wicked it, and it came back down. So once again, it's like even with, let's see, the oscillator extending, right? The oscillator here, notice it had bullish money flow, and it's kind of wanting to retrace. More than likely, if it does retrace, it's going to continue its trend to the downside as of now. But, it's definitely a, bearish sentiment in this current state. I will say it is ranging quite a bit. So on the 4-hour, if you are day trading this thing on 4-hour to 15-minute, this looks okay. Like, it looks okay for a potential reset before a downside move comes in. But remember, we always look at the higher time frames, right? So it is in the bottom of this current swing structure, right? This high here rejected, this low here has bounced before, and it is in that structure, right? But the more and more levels get retested, the more likely they are to break. Now, you do have a continued buy imbalance over here that came out in December, which is something we talked about with this current state when it came down and tried to break this low. It got enough liquidity to send this back up in the high, but then it failed yet again, came back down. Retook out that low, and then it went up to retest the high. Guess what? It failed again. So the process continues itself. Look what happens, though, before it goes to retest a high, right? It usually sweeps its last low. Okay, so this is where I'm kind of leaning a little bit bearish. Swept its last low, and then it set a higher low, went up and tested its high. So it's either going to be, probability of this sweeping here or this sweeping here. It's a lot greater, I think, than it fully bouncing off of here. So usually, if you know how we've looked at this a billion times on stream here, I just want to see it form a reject below or on this change of character at 2030. So that change of character there, that's what I'm going to be watching. See if we can get the reject off 2030. If we don't, then I might actually look for this range to continue, maybe fill more of this sell imbalance that you have here on this big sell-off candle on Friday. So that's kind of what we'll be watching for right now, is to see if it wants to reject 2030. If it doesn't, then, we could fill that imbalance, but there's definitely a lot of leftover sell orders there that haven't filled since it's sold off. Okay. Shoot, hold on 1 second, my friends. Forgot I did that. 1 sec. Bear with me real quick. Solana, are you guys bullish or bearish on Solana? I haven't even looked at it today. Let me know in the chat. Bullish or bearish on Solana? Real quick while I do this. All right. Let's go into Solana. All right, let's go to Sol. Interesting. Okay. Sol is very interesting, actually. So this is something I think we discussed a little bit. Yeah. This looks good. Okay. So the retracement on this has started pretty good. It's not bad. This retracement, right, if we were to pull the fib after it broke that structure, which is good, broke structure there, didn't get a full candle close, but it's showing some healthy retracements, right? So right now, though, what I really watched was this breaking of this structure here on the oscillator. The oscillator broke, right? The oscillator broke. It was in a small downtrend here. It set a lower low, and then it broke. And now guess what? You're stressed. We don't need to know that. Stress, you good, buddy? We don't need to know that stress. Oh my gosh, man, just farted, he said. What are you doing? What are you doing? He's just trying to rack up his points, chatting whatever he wants to chat. But in this case, yet again, man, stress just distracted me by putting in the chat that he just farted. Wow, thank you for that. Great picture there. Solana, though, here's your retracement. What's nice, right? Let's get back on track here. Not thinking about farts. All right, what's nice is this break of structure on the oscillator, right? With the full retracement here, should be really healthy on that 50% retracement. If we can get that bullish turning point, I would be strongly bullish on the daily, right? We need that turning point. We need that turning point to occur above the 50, right? So if that turning point does come into play, that is going to be a confirmed higher low. Okay, that'll be a confirmed higher low here on Solana if that turning point does print, right? These turning points don't usually print until it's confirmed. So if we can get that turning point, I would say it's somewhere in that 50% retracement, which is around 92-ish. Then I think you're going to have a very lovely bull run. Now, for the 4-hour state, it's like, this was quite interesting. We talked about this move on Friday, which was weird because it came down, retested this higher low, and then it tried to rally off of these imbalances here that got formed with these big sells. And it did. It completely came back, and it rejected this area. It's just some very awkward price action, which is interesting. I will say I fully did want a lower low here for a divergence type setup, but it seems that this order block is holding pretty key support. You could see now that it did actually also reject, right? It did reject that upside order block there. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. It did reject that upside order block up there. At 105, right? We talked about how we wanted that full 107, that 105 breakout and support. It never occurred, and now it's coming back down. So it's definitely that price point is something to consider resistance if you were to trade it off of, this mid 90s. I will say though, look at this lower high getting formed here from this that lower high before when that trend started shifting. The money flow died off, and now we have bearish money flow. So the bearish money flow coming in, this is all kind of leaning bearish. But like we said on that daily, it makes complete sense for this thing to come down just a bit more than that. What's going to happen is if we were to hit the 92s, it's going to break this low or even become a double bottom, which could still indicate a divergence setup. And if that's the case, then we'll get a nice bounce and rally, right? So get ready for that. What'd you say there? What is a small gradient under the hyperwave? Talking about these little guys. This is confluence, right? If there's more bearish confluence, so like more bearish happening, then that's gonna light bright red. We're gonna check everything on this board. If we have time left over, we can check over a few more. But Solana right now, lower time frames, definitely a little bearish on this based on. It's trying to hold up, but it failed yet again here. It tried to break out, and it failed. We need proper structure to form. So if this breaks 94, looking on a 1 hour, looking bearish. If it can break through 98, maybe bullish. But for now, once we said like on that daily here, we want a healthy retracement before a bigger move, okay? So that's really what you want to watch for is those more healthy retracements, if anything. But let's see here. Let's dive into the NASDAQ real quick. The NASDAQ said, you know what, I'm going to sell off today, but then at the end of the day, I'm just going to probably just rally. Unreal. This thing today was down. The last time I checked, let's see, because it opened right here, was down nearly a full percent, right? So, you know, this is essentially the same talk that we've been having for weeks on the NASDAQ. We had a retest here on the daily. It bounced off of that Neo Cloud. Notice the Neo Cloud never boxed off. It's just been going up and up and up, which is good. When you see the Neo Cloud adjusting as much as it's what it is like that, usually means very strong bullish action happening, especially if it's a blue one. If it's a red one, obviously red or bearish. But for now, with this current setup, we're still above the Neo. So when we're above the Neo, we're still bullish, right? We're still extremely bullish when it's above the Neo. When it's inside that Neo cloud, we consider it, a temporary either retracement, or what's interesting is seeing that price did bounce off of that previous high and that BOS inside a bullish imbalance. As you can see there on the price action concepts indicator, we have a nice bullish FVG there, bounced perfectly. Those buy orders got filled, and then we ended up retesting the high pretty much. Now, next few days, will we get that breakout? There's no reason to sell this, so we might as well, wait and see if it does, right? That's the biggest thing. See if it actually does make that break or not. That is for the daily here. Let's go to that 4-hour here on the NASDAQ. And here you go. You get your 4-hour retracement through the Neo Cloud. I'm going to put the Neo Cloud back on default. Actually, let me look at that on the daily real quick. I don't think it changed much. Yeah. So I didn't have it on default. I had it on a separate thing for it, probably because of a crypto we were looking at. But yet again, in this case, you can see here, when it came and made that retracement, it came outside of the Neo. So I never will trade outside of this Neo Cloud, especially in strong uptrends, right? If you get those strong uptrends, you're inside of an imbalance. Once it exits and show that support above, that's when you start considering, okay, there is an opportunity here. I will say, because of the tear that NQ has been on just recently, it's definitely something to consider, possibly not entering at these highs. Definitely wait for that consolidation, because eventually it will come off for just a little bit before it does continue. But it's just a matter of time. We're getting a really much bigger update on FOMC next month, so that could be a big time to consider buying on certain things. Yes, if you're trading above or below a Neo Cloud, it's very bullish or bearish price action in that current state. So it's definitely a strong hold when it is, on top of the strong bullish candles, as you can see. We're currently holding support over that structure as well, which is exactly something you want to see too. Massive moves here on the NQ. Nothing to consider selling anytime soon until it actually shows us where it's going next. Let me double check, make sure we hit everything. We touched on gold as well. We can look at crude oil real quick. Crude oil's been stuck in this range. I do think for the year, crude oil will break 70. We'll probably head a little bit lower. Right now, I am possibly considering a short position if we can get a retracement in a lower high. Now, that's if we get a lower high. I'm going to be waiting on that. But for now, crude oil is kind of stuck in a pretty tight range. Something maybe on the 4-hour. We're going to see how it, roughly reacts here. Obviously, today, very strong day. I haven't necessarily looked at any news with crude oil. But for now, let's see if it does want to make its move off of this. Here's the 1 hour. You broke structure on the 1 hour. If this actually wants to make its move, you want to see a retracement probably into that imbalance, hold above these highs, and then go retest this upper order block. That would be the only point in which I would target right now, which is roughly 74.32. If price does show that buyers want to hold it over 72.50, that's what I would watch on crude oil for today. Now, let's get into. Is this going to show up here? That's the camera. Let's hop into. Excuse me. What is this music? Give me something good. You just gotta love. There we go. This works. All right. Let's get into the wheel of analysis. Going on to our first ticker. What we got for you guys here? That would be XRP. For those of you that weren't a fan of going over XRP again, well, we can do it first. Get it out of the way. All right, guys, for the full stream, obviously you can see at the top of the page, hit up our YouTube. We have the full stream, full screen. You can see everything. All right, XRP. XRP it is, daily. All right, daily, look at you see here. Wow, over the weekend, and it was Wednesday last week. It's actually impressive. This thing came down and retested 48, right, on Wednesday. We talked about that last week. I really wanted to see that 48 break. You know, we talked about getting the bottom of this range quite a bit. It's been really nice, but it's trying to hold here. It's still extremely bearish on a daily. It's just continuing to set lower highs, right? Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. It's just there's so many lower highs. So once that structure fully does break, that's when you want to consider actually trading this off. You can see here, price is actually slowing just due to the amount of change characters that are happening. When you see something like this, that means the trend might be coming to a halt, right? Even though those lower highs are still being formed. So when you start seeing conflicting change of characters, a lot of times, yeah, it's at a pretty good value level. And once again, look at the daily. That daily, guess what? It's at a pretty nice value right now, right? Ethereum or XRP, nice value. Remember what I said? We were going to pick some up here at 50 to start. Pick some up at 50 to start. Here, you want to just paper trade this thing? Never mind. We're going to set that up later for sure. It'd be fun. But again, this would be a nice start for a entry position. Now, again, this for me, if you know me and how I trade, I like to buy things like XRP, high volume assets at key levels. 50 is a key level on XRP. We've bounced off there before. We've shown a lot of price action. Now, this is not something I'm going to dump my whole savings into. I'm going to buy here, and then if it actually hits my price point, roughly 48 cents, I'm going to buy more there. If it goes even lower than that, I will end up buying more. But that's something where I just wait until it hits a core level, something that I consider a good value on that current asset, and then I buy it and I hold it, right? I don't just buy it and hold it for 2 days. I actually hold it for a decent bit. So make sure that you understand how we go about things here, or how I go about things here. Not all of us are the same when it comes to trading. But in this case, great value here on XRP. Let's dive into the 4-hour one more time. If I were to be bullish on this, of course, I would want to see, once again, this structure here would be a good structure point to break. 5250, a lot of volume being traded at that level too. You can see right here, had a whole nearly day where it traded a small range. So if it gets over 5270 there, that breakout would probably be really nice. It'd be a really nice breakout, and it probably would end up going up and hitting, 53, 54, at least retesting those highs. Guys, we're at 74 likes. Remember, we have to hit 100 likes if you want to do the Friday giveaway, so make sure you hit that. Really quick, before we go into the next one, higher low actually forming here on the lower order block, so that's why I would say, I would lean a little bit more bearish on a 4-hour here with this structure forming. But again, this has it's closer to a downside move. But 50 cents seems to be a pretty big buy level, like we talked about, all week. So 50 cents definitely something to watch. But that breakout would be really nice. So we'll see that. Real quick, let's spin it. See what we're going on to next. Where did my towel go? Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. XRP off the board. What do we got next? Oh, Suey. I know a lot of you like this one. We've done this a billion times. Man, okay, with the breakout. And I kind of want to go look at this. What are we getting? I'm new. Hey, welcome. Be surprised. Good to see you here, my friend. Euro USD, we might go over the end of the stream for now. You have to join the beginning of the stream to enter your suggestions, and then we throw them up on the wheel. Tomorrow, we will go over different ones than what you see on the board today, so make sure you tune back in tomorrow. Suey, this is incredible. We talked about bouncing off previous highs. Really quick in the chat, for those of you that are on the YouTube, 2 things. We're going to start a poll real quick. $300. How should we give away $300 on Friday? Oh, I can't spell it today. I could never spell, I feel like. I feel like I always have issues. One $300 winner. I should have done this earlier. 3. Oh, 1 second. All right. I should begin with. All right. Starting the poll on YouTube. Vote. That's how we're going to do the giveaway. Make sure you pick which one you like the most, and then that will determine. But if we want to do that giveaway, we have to hit 100 likes per stream this week. So right now we're getting closer to 86, and pretty soon, You got to put in the vote there, Mag. You got to go up to the top of the chat and click it. He said option 3. Now we're getting into some dubstep. They called that house. I don't know about that. That wasn't really house. Yo, what's up, Instagram? Remember, if you do want to join the main conversation, make sure to jump into the Discord. Or Discord. You can join the Discord. It is completely free. Make sure you join the Discord for sure. Mickey does streams in there every morning, but I meant the live stream on YouTube if you want to join the main conversation. All right. Look at Brady. Triple the odds for less reward. Yes, exactly. What do you guys truly want? Usually it's $3 $100 winners. All right, my friends. All right. Suey. I mean, Suey, and you guys, honestly, I've probably botched the name of this forever, but I'm going to call it Suey because I want to call it Suey, okay? All right? Because I want to call it Suey. I was going to see here. All right. Guys, the structure on this is incredible. This is the daily here. You can see it held support over that BOS like we talked about, over that previous high. Beautiful. Beautiful bounce. That's the structure we like to see. But okay, I'm gonna give both chats just a quick sec to tell me what you see here and why you should have longed at a certain spot. What do you see here that is extremely bullish setup? It could happen at any point. I mean, it could happen anywhere. What do you see? We talk about this one on stream all the time. You can't even hear that. I can hear that. Oh. We got one right answer so far. What do we see here? This is a price action formation. Look at it on Instagram. Anybody got it right yet? All right. This is an inverse head and shoulders. For those of you that don't know, here you go. Here's your shoulder. Here's your head. Here's your shoulder. Now, a lot of the times for inverse head and shoulders, you do want to see it coming out of a downtrend, but you can consider, that's a lower high and that's a lower high. So you can consider this a pretty minor downtrend in this case. But there you go. Lower high. You have a lower low, higher low, right? It's pretty much, this is a pretty great formation too. It's lining up right at the neckline. And there goes my internal temp way too high. Man, dude, this camera just freaking loves to die. There we go. Just loves to get at me. But there you go. You have your inverse head and shoulders. So those of you that said that, congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. Maybe I'll give you a few extra points at the end of the stream. But the best part is that this formed after on a previous high as well, multiple times. So you have your head here. This candle is that is incredible. That is a beautiful candle for a higher low. If you ever see a candle like that forming an inverse head and shoulders, you better buy that thing like no tomorrow. Go take it out alone or something. Don't take that. This is not financial advice. Don't listen to me. I say dumb things sometimes. But again, this is something that's just, man, that candle is just incredible. After off the previous high and inside a perfect inverse head and shoulders. Now, guess what you target? My studio is haunted. Jockey, you're haunting my studio, my friend. Thanks for the advice. No, Edward. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. If we got stimulus checks, I'd say slap a stimulus check right on that one, but that's never going to happen again. But once again, here you go. 16314. That would have been your upside target, and by golly, it hit. Oh, by golly, a new high. Incredible. But what would be a potential sell? I mean, honestly, I would have targeted this high or these body closes at 163.414. But for now, I mean, you got your setup. Your daily setup's very nice. This is a hold, right? There's not really. I mean, if you go to the weekly, there's not a price point in which you could say, "Hey, you need to sell this thing." It's just so extended. Right now, I mean, daily's not bad actually. Daily had a pretty healthy retracement in this higher low, over that previous high. Beautiful setup, breaks out. You have the inverse on the 4 hour Another high low in my form. The only thing I don't like is you do have a bit of divergence starting to come into play here. Now, this could get confirmed. Now, if it does, we got to set another lower high. This could also be hidden. It could be hidden bullish divergence if it does continue this trend. So, with price continuing to going up, and this is starting to come down a little bit more, you could definitely consider this some hidden bullish divergence, so long as a lower low gets formed on the downside here as well. So, right now, definitely not anything I would just pure on say, hey, you need to get out of this. Just because it's perfectly trading this Neo as well. It's bouncing right off the high of that Neo cloud and continuing. So great job if you're still in this game for sure, especially if it's holding over that Neo cloud. I don't know where you're in, but I feel like you're in a pretty good price. So we'll see for that lovely little breakout there. But there you go. This imbalance, beautiful bounce. And then it happened again on the 4 hour, bouncing off those imbalances. Incredible. He said you're in $1? Dude, what are you thinking? Yeah, hold that ish. I need to double check the rules. I think I can curse, but try to keep it children safe. But it's not meant for children is what I click on YouTube, so I don't know. This is a pickle we're in. What is this hillbilly music we're listening to? Dirty Dog in the Hen House. I don't know why that would ever be on the house playlist. Bro, I just said it. We're listening to Dirty Dog in the Hen House, and that's because I typed in upbeat house. Don't ask me why that would ever be in there, but it is in there. Probably because it has the word house in. So I guess the search engine is working properly today. All right, we'll do that one. Dirty Dog in the Hen House. Gotta love it. All right. Speaking of that Dirty Dog in the Hen House, let's go ahead and pop up the wheel yet again, and we'll go over our next ticker symbol. Stream a little bit longer today, it seems. IBIT, nice. Starting off with our very first Bitcoin ETF, which is quite interesting. It is quite interesting. All right. Instagram chat, what is up? Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Guys, I don't read the Instagram chat nearly as much, so if you're on the Instagram, I appreciate you being in there. But get on the YouTube. I watch the YouTube chat. I need to actually pull up the Instagram chat probably a little bit more, but I'm mostly watching that YouTube chat. All right. Okay. All right. So remember, this does follow Bitcoin's price. Bitcoin's in that rough state, right? It's in that rough state right now. So it's having problems. We'll see if it does want to continue. Let's go to the 1 hour. Same situation here, by the way. This thing does follow Bitcoin. It's IBIT, right? Except you get the gaps. So it's going to depend on what Bitcoin does overnight. So this could actually be a great way to trade. Wait a second. Give me a second. Do we get any update? Does anybody know any updates on the options for IBIT? I need to look that up. Dang. Not yet. I'm surprised options haven't been created on these yet. Once options are built on this, then, yeah, you best believe we'll be talking about this a lot more. But in this case, right now, 24.19 is that structure break you definitely want to watch for. And then your 24.82. I mean, if you want to be really safe, it'd be $25. But again, this does follow the price of Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's consolidating. This is also consolidating. But this should be a lot of fun to trade once those options are starting to be sold on the market. I don't know how long or if it ever will. I don't see why it wouldn't. But in this case, IBIT right now, not terrible. Those of you that did buy down here, great job. I would focus on Bitcoin right now and see where Bitcoin's going to give you that next move. Now, these are going to gap up, gap down. That's why I was saying it'd be a lot of fun to trade the options because of those gaps, right? So as you can see, let's see, 24.19. Once again, that's the price point I would watch for the downside move. You do have a little bit more of this buy imbalance here that needs to be filled. So definitely possibly some leftover fill buy orders down there. But if it were never to retest that, because you could technically sweep those orders and then you could make that rally after that. But one more time, 24.83 I think if you get a strong candle close over that, we'd probably be just fine. Daily here, pretty interesting. You know, you can't really look much into this. All right, that's what we'll stop at for this one. Let's get into it. We're gonna speed up anyway. We're a little bit deeper into the stream today. Microsoft, nice. Microsoft, real quick. All right, so you know we do love to look at the overall movement on Microsoft, right? Microsoft, it beat out Apple as the $3 trillion market cap. Apple is now 2.92, so Microsoft is still holding the trophy on that point. Looks incredible. Now, obviously, we talked about the NASDAQ earlier. This is once again something that I would never consider getting out of just yet. Microsoft is just setting new highs day after day. So once again, though, we did finally get some purple candles, right? We got some purple candles on here, which is quite interesting. With those purple candles, 400, pretty psychological level. I would watch that 400 price point, right? 400 price point right now would be definitely one to watch. But again, if this thing is going to hold up over that 4-hour and daily Neo cloud, see the bullish Neo cloud? If it's going to hold up over both of those, then that's definitely something I would 100% consider, trading and holding above, right? So right now you have that one sitting right at that 450, right? So, and then the next one on the daily is, why is that a thing? All right. On the daily there, that one's sitting as low as 394. So there's not much to be even considering on trading this. I wouldn't buy it at these levels, but I wouldn't sell it either. If I were to sell this thing for like a long-term type of move, it would have to be under 397. But even then, I would want to wait for this Neo to fully break. Because look what happens. Look what happens here. When it goes into that Neo, we always say don't trade it, because this usually is what happens. You get that consolidation and you get your break. So we'll see kind of if it comes into that Neo, if that's something that we would want to consider actually moving on to. But let's go on to the wheel yet again. See what we got next. Nah, we're not doing Tesla next. We'll do it soon. AVAX, nice. All right. We'll do it soon. We won't do back-to-back. We won't do back-to-back stocks. Don't worry. So you guys itching for the crypto. All right. Let's get into the wheel spin. All right. The wheel spin was Avalanche. All right, here we go. So real quick, I'm going to adjust the Neo Cloud due to the price action being so insane. These lower areas. Now, here you go. I'm pretty sure we talked about this already last week. I'm going to take off these signals and overlays. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we actually talked about this pretty decently. So last week we said, this inverse head and shoulders could be forming here. Right, yet again, we have another inverse head and shoulders. You had a nice hammer candle there, right? Get a nice hammer. Now it bounces, it breaks out. It's retracing now yet again. It's retracing yet again. So this is where, if you were in on this retracement right around $33.80, $34, it's definitely a hold for the time being. If we go to the weekly here, we bounce perfectly off of this bullish imbalance, right? And this candle is actually pretty awesome. But let's pull up a fib on this. Here you go. Fib lining up with that bullish imbalance. And now it's trading above that 50% retracement. Everything kind of lining up here for potentially making that next move. Back into the 40s, which is obviously what you want to see, right? For now, like I said, this is a hold for the time being. It did bounce off of that sort of inverse head and shoulders setup, right? But let's see on the oscillator. Oscillator, guess what? It broke structure as well. It's kind of coiling. When we see multiple dots like this, we consider that coiling, right? When you see coiling, usually an impulse move is about to move quite soon. So we'll see if this thing actually wants to make that move. If this is the case, the move, what we're seeing right now, the probabilities line up to the upside here. I will say that we did sweep that high. We didn't show support over that high, so we've come back below. So long as a higher low sets here, we're good. I think it'll continue. But the main focus, I would say, is this higher low, right? This higher low sitting at 32.28. If that gets broken, you're gonna retest 30. Okay. If that does get broken, you get a body close underneath it, it's gonna retest 30. Let's go to the 4 hour here. Talk about it a little bit more. So we make sure we understand everything. If that low down here gets broken, 32.25, that is gonna go retest 30. Okay. Now, look. Came up, retested that high yet again, and it failed. It just wicked it, pretty much swept it. Now it's taking out these lows yet once again. So in this case, here's your retracement on this swing point. You're inside of it. We would need, that proper structure change or that proper structure setup. My goodness. We need that proper structure setup here at 35, right? 35, 34. It's right inside that golden pocket. It's not a bad spot to start thinking about it. Now, if I was going to be even, safer here, 35.88. But like we said already, is making sure we clear that high up there. So really here, a higher low has to form, or for one, this low down here is going to get tested if a high low doesn't form. Look at this awkward move though. So you had this pretty aggressive slope, right? Breaks the slope. Now look at it. Goes and now retests, the downside. Got that double top there. And then you had a bearish divergence form. It's like it's so indecisive right here. Where it could have that higher low because the daily looks okay. But the 4 hour just doesn't look great. So it's kind of, this is where the patience yet again comes into play. You don't want to enter this thing too early on either side. If you're in it, then I would hold it, right? If you're in it, then you should be in below 34 at the very least. But yeah, not terrible price action right now. It's just a weird spot, especially on that 4 hour. Especially after breaking. It broke out and it failed. That's not a great sign. So we'll see. We shall see. All right. Let's go on to the next one. Got Avalanche. Here, you guys know the structure points. We're going to just jump into TRB. The board got hit on weird today. Trib. What am I doing? I don't want no trib. TRB. He said, when I saw that massive candle, I was waiting for a confirmation to go lower or up. Unfortunately, it fell bearish next. What are you talking about? This? Is the right one? Or are you saying TRX? You're probably saying TRX. Yeah. TRB. Holla at me. What is it? All right. TRB. Interesting. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay, cool. Let's get into TRB here. And get rid of this yet again boring music. I just got to create a playlist that's royalty free that I can play on here. That's a little hyper. Some of this weird stuff. All right. Let's think here. Let's think. All right. So you did on the daily get a bearish change character. Price came up into that bearish change character, and it pretty much showed that structure didn't want to hold. Now we came up wicked a few times. And it's coming off of that now. Let's look at the oscillator. Yeah, this thing definitely bearish. Definitely bearish on the daily right now. Your target for the time being would probably be 100. 100, pretty psychological level. The bottom, the open of that impulse candle there was 103.70. So you could say that first. Then 100 to be inside of this buy-side imbalance. It would sweep these lows pretty easily. Biggest thing I'm seeing is the oscillator. Oscillator is really trying to not do so well here. Now, like anything, these things can move how they want, especially these, what is this, market cap? is, yeah, 280 million. So especially these smaller market caps, definitely could do whatever they want. People can come and buy it and do that to it. But, you know, just regular price action right now definitely have higher probability of retesting 103.91 versus breaking out. If you do break out here, you would continue to set a higher low, which is a start, could be a continued start to bullish divergence, right? If that higher low gets formed, maybe we get that move. Guys, we're 2 likes away from hitting that 100 like goal. Come on. We got to hit the 100 likes if we want to do the giveaway on Friday. It looks like you guys want to do yet again 3 $100 giveaway winners. So I'm going to go ahead and end that poll. So 3 $100 winners this Friday if we can get 100 likes per stream. We're at 99 right now, so hit the like button. And we will do that yet again on Friday. But yeah, this is where it's like the probability of this going lower is way greater. Maybe sweep these lows. Even if it wicks it, would be good. There we go. Bam. So day 1 complete, my friends. We have hit 100 likes on today. Thank you for doing that. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We go live every day at 1 Eastern and also on Instagram as well now. So those of you on Instagram, welcome to the daily stream now that we got it going on there again. But in this case, it's still bearish under that change character for 1. 2, oscillator does not look good. I think you set a new low before we head any higher on TRB. Let's go to that 4-hour really quickly. 4-hour. See the 4-hour, man, the volume is so low, it's setting all these turning points. But they are structured properly, right? There's spaces between them, which is good. It's still setting lower highs. If you want to be bullish on the 4-hour here, you got to break this high here. So you got to break above that order block. I would say 115.50. If you break above that, you're going to go retest probably 120 plus in this area right here. You're going to retest that area. But still setting lower highs, just did. This thing has a way higher probability of hitting 105.18, even 107s, right? But right down here, see 105. I would say this range here, 105 to 101 would be my overall target here on the 4-hour. We said 100. You can see down there though the 93.58. If it actually 100 gets tested, it's probably gonna blow right through it and go to like 93 ish, probably 95 to 93. So we'll keep an eye on this week. But let's hop back onto the wheel and see what we got next for us. All right, our first, my goodness, our first Forex pair. I'm sure Instagram will love this. All right, GBP JPY. I know we went over this last week too. Okay, so it's not something we can necessarily make up. I mean, we're easily rejecting this upside order block. Let me take that off for our Instagram peeps. All right, so we are rejecting. 1 second. Real quick, guys, what you're seeing here, are you bearish or bullish on the pound versus the yen? Well, I check something. Are you bearish or bullish on the pound versus the yen? Let me know in the chat. Fam said he is a bear, and I would agree, my friend. I would agree. Also, we should just do polls per ticker symbol we go over. All right. So, yeah, definitely bearish on the pound. I mean, pretty obvious, right? We retested resistance. We're coming off of resistance. We also broke this pretty aggressive uptrend slope. So, everything points bearish, especially here. Right now, though, targets, I would say right here, this previous high of 185.76 would be my first target. Previous high right there, right? Next target would probably be this change of character right here, 184.28, 184.30. You could even talk about this higher low that got formed, 184.57. That'd be my downside target so far. Now, we could even look at the oscillator here. Look at the oscillator. It extended. Money flow flipped early through this extension. Came off of that now. We would want to see, hey, I need a bigger breakdown first. I want to go retest the first target we talked about of 185.74, right? If that hits, I think we could flush through that easily. But the oscillator, quite interesting state that it's in right now, just because this price action has been extremely sideways. But here you go. This is, something that is worth doing the fixed range profile on. When we entered this range, it was roughly here. We go to here. And then there you go. Look what happened, though. This is why we like the fixed profile range, and why I talk about it so much is look what happened when it came out of that value range, right? We found support above it, right? Off of imbalance above the change of character. All this candle right here, great indication of a candle to buy on, right? Bought on that candle, coming out of the value range, change of character formed, it bounced off an imbalance. Everything lined up to hit a trade right through that high. So that right there, ideal trade setup. Now we're coming off of that trade setup. If we can get, let me pull up that fixed range again. I'm sorry. If on this right now with the bear, if we can get back into this range here of 185, which we, that was one of our targets there, was 184.57 roughly. If we get into this, right, below 185 there, back into that value range, it will probably do just fine coming down to this low yet again. Now, the matter is getting in there. If we can, then, there's going to be a few structure points. You can see the consolidation that has occurred in the middle of this. So there's a few areas that we would watch, but for now, let's get to that spot first. So definitely a little bit bearish on this 1 day. Looks at the 4 hour here. Ooh, okay. So 4 hour, look, swept these lows and then came up, tried to actually break out, but it failed. So it's coming back down now. So, this is where I would yet again consider these highs to be the high watch right now. You do have a pretty crazy wick and then pretty crazy candle right after that wick here last Thursday. But again, we have these that high area in play yet again where it had that massive breakout. So, if this does set a higher low here, you could see that bullish run on a 4 hour. But so far with that daily setup, it looks like it's not yet there. Look at this as well. It came off. The money flow is just now pulling bearish. So definitely bearish right now on this pair. So if it comes into this range here, then you could consider it's maybe gets bought. But if that doesn't occur, then definitely going to see it sell through it. So it's definitely something to very much watch. So we'll see kind of how it plays out, right? See how it plays out. Not a bad spot to, see it bounce. If it does bounce here, it could very well have a nice move, but the daily just is screaming bears. So definitely not too bullish on the lower time frames when a daily chart is screaming bears. So let's wait till we get another day candle before we consider being bullish on this one. All right, let's go to our next symbol. Man, the symbols are around the map that we've never had the symbols kind of this expanded before. That's pretty cool. On to the next one. Looks like Tesla's going to be our winner. Let's jump into Tesla real quick. Into Tesla. All right. So, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yet again, this is the first time we've done this today. We've been talking about Tesla last week with the earnings, and this is the first time today that we're going to ask Tesla a very specific question. Do you guys know what that question is? I know Fame does. I know Robert probably knows it. Who knows the question in the YouTube chat? If you're here on Friday, I'm sure you understand what we're talking about. Also, those of you, if you're one of the winners from last week, we just sent payments. I just got a reply from our payment team. We just sent payments to our winners from last week. So congrats. There you go. Cash in, baby. And we'll be giving away $100 to 3 winners this Friday. So you got to make sure you tune in to the YouTube. All right. All right. Well, last week we talked about Tesla dropping the same similar move to earnings, right? This earnings here, it dropped. It dropped, 6%. But guess what happened after that? It dropped another 15%. Well, guess what? This earnings dropped. Let's see here. It dropped 8%. You retraced and you filled this gap just a tad bit. But guess what happened after that? We officially dropped 8%. We said this. We said it would probably repeat exactly what it did. We went over the numbers. The numbers were horrible. They were literally garbage. And guess what? Now we are even selling off even more. So if you were in the stream, Tesla, I mean, come on, Tesla.
Who's your daddy?
Yes. I'm your daddy, Tesla. That's right. We literally told this on stream last week. And if you guys got in short with that little short coverage area, congratulations. You had a 8% move from that. 8% move from this point, honestly, there, all the way to the low today. It's still down 5%. Even from that retracement there from short covers. Like, just beautiful breakdown. So we're looking for a 12% drop. Now, obviously, we're getting bought back quite a bit today. So we'll see. If it actually wants to treat this level. But yet again, this is exactly what we were watching and exactly what we got. So yet again, this is exactly why you tune into the daily stream. And Tesla, yet again.
Who's your daddy?
That's me right now. Right now, that's me. Okay. 4 hour, though, we can dive in. It's bouncing off of this order block. So, this is a price point in which we, would always consider order blocks for bounces. Will it actually bounce? Well, that's, going to be I'm literally stuttering. No stutters in the chat. Let me slow down a bit. That is going to be determined tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow will determine if this order block actually wants to be treated as support. Okay. So watch this price. Here's this order block. Here's the buy reaction happening already. And now we're getting bought off of it and, get over 184. Maybe we have a little bullish setup. I don't think so. But we'll talk about it more this week. Stocks move a little bit different. But if you were here last week when we talked about Tesla, that's exactly what it did. And we are proud of it. All right, Tesla. Still bearish for sure. On to the next one. Let's get it. Oh, did I turn that off? Toby, I'm glad you do, my friend. Toby said he uses the free smart money concepts, and it works wonders. That absolutely does. You are correct. Intimatic, my friends. Absolutely. We have an entire free library on our website, LuxAlgo.com, so you check it out. We probably made an indicator that you're looking for. Mike, you are very welcome, my friend. You're very welcome. I'm glad you're learning. It's all we want here. All right, Matic. Oh man, baby, it's starting to get juicy. We love us some Matic. So first off, if we're in tough ranges, remember what we talked about. The Matic was in a range, so we make sure we draw our fixed range profile, and we are in it. We are in it. Now. We've drawn down and taken out these lows. That's a pretty good step one right there. We have come back above those lows and now are showing support off those lows. Yes, trade up to crypto. I love that you said bought some. You didn't say, hey, I liquidated my house so I could buy Matic. We're on the right track here at the LuxAlgo live stream. That's great. Now, that's fantastic. You definitely bought at a good price right now. We're at the bottom of this range. Okay. We're below 80 cents. I'm pretty sure on Matic we talked about being below 80 cents. That was our target for potentially starting to grab buys. Now, in this case, for now, this looks incredible. Let's go to that 5 minute. Oh, no. What am I saying 5 minute? I'm not looking at that 5 minute. I meant to say 4 hour. My bad. Man said JB. Let's see here. Did that? Okay, not that. He said go bull. It went bull. Is this man seeing something? Man said pound in the JPY gone bull, and he's with crying faces. Sir, this thing's down 0.5% today, down $1.08. So we'll see. I don't know about that. All right, let's go back to where we were. We're back at Matic. Sorry. All right, Matic. Remember. Okay, so this was in the bottom of that range, right? We never showed that change of character the light of day. We never rejected that change of character. That change of character is a fluke. That change of character doesn't need to even be on that chart, but it happened. So when we see that change of character form, it broke a low. That change of character, that structure did get shifted. It showed you structure broke, right? So the change of character formed, but in this case, when price fails to actually treat it as resistance and continue that trend, we consider it a lovely little liquidity grab. So it goes down, it grabs that liquidity, and now guess what? Bulls might take over. Bulls might take over. So I do think that, like you said, they're maybe a little mixed up, but right now, great value. Once again, I need a great value button. I need a button you click and it says great value. We need that. Somebody make me that. That'd be great. All I have is like negative things besides who's your daddy. But great value below 80. Great value right now. So with Matic being where it's at, right? So this higher low today would be great. Let's go to the 4 hour. But again, so long as price holds over 76, let's say 76. So long as price holds over 76, let's just say that 76.27 if you want to be exact. Definitely bullish in the current state that it's in. It's quite interesting though, because here you go. Oscillator's saying some other things, right? It did flip down. It's breaking lower lows. It kind of set a higher low turning point. It's a very weak one. But it's in this. So like, oh man, I don't like that on a 4 hour, but I do love the daily. I think Jamie, you are right. Maybe, yeah. It's definitely a no trade. Jamie said no trade. I will say if you're investing under 80, invest under 80. That's a good starting point to start investing in Matic under 80. But short term right now, that downtrend scares me a bit. I would want to see that structure get broken. But if it does hold over 76 on the 4 hour, I think you'll be okay. But again, we have a lot of lower high. Still 4 hour, definitely it's leaning bearish, but it's a nice little consolidation period. The reason why I like this a lot, though, is that daily. The daily candle looks solid. The daily candle, though, it does need a close over 78 there. That's the high of this candle is 78.81. So there you go. 78.81, I would want to see that close. I will say, let's look at the date. Did I pull up the daily? I think I pulled up the daily fixed range. Yeah, I went in the 4 hour. The daily fixed range, we'll look at it one more time for you guys. Look, we're at the bottom of that range. So if it's holding 75, 74, 76, like we said, I think it'll be okay. We're at the point of control here. Good value. If you want to be safe, you wait for the 83.3 breakout. And then you would trade to the top of this range at 88.89. So not bad. We went over Avalanche earlier. All right. On to our last one, LCX. Man, this thing is absolutely ripping. LCX will be our last one for today. And remember, we got to be back tomorrow. You got to hit that 100 likes if you guys want to do the giveaway this Friday. We're giving away $100 to 3 winners. 3 random of our streamers. You have to join the stream, and you have to enter via the stream chat. Also, we are starting a new loyalty system. The more you tune in, the more you hit the like button, the more you chat, the more points you get. End of the week, the top 10 loyalty members, the top 10 viewers, as we'll say, will get entered into a separate pool where they have a 1 in 10 odds. So they have a 10% chance of winning a separate giveaway. So, oh no. All right. 4 hour. All right. Let's see. All right. So, this right now, 4 hour does look pretty a little bearish on this. You do have a lower high that formed here. But guess what? You do have a lower high that formed on the oscillator. So it's not necessarily divergence. We had divergence form here And look what happened when that divergence formed on that red line right there. With that divergence that formed, you do get a slight sell-off. Setup and lower high now. I had a doctor appointment tomorrow. Oh, I didn't read fully what you said. Fam. That's good. So right now, just be careful. Be careful. If it's a serious appointment, just don't miss it. I do have a haircut appointment tomorrow, though, so just bear with my craziness. Now, there's a few things going on here. You have a lower high. Obviously, that's a bearish formation. You have a previous high here that failed to hold. Will it hold here? That's rough. You do technically have a somewhat of an inverse head and shoulders formation. You have your shoulder here. You have a head. That would have been better off here. You did get a lower high, though. In typical head and shoulders fashion, right? You do want a lower high, a higher high, then you want a higher high, and then a lower high, right? Usually in typical head and shoulders fashion at the same level, which would have been played off really well here. It broke out, but it still set a lower high from that high. I would say right now you have a way higher probability of hitting 25 cents on this before you do a breakout to the upside. Now on the 1 hour here, yet again, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Still pretty aggressive downtrend. This 25 cent there, you can see that order block sitting there. Beautiful spot to take a target on. Definitely bearish on the these time frames, 1 hour and 4 hour. But here you go. On the oscillator here, you have a turning point in an extended period. You had overflow that just fell off. Overflow means a lot of buying pressure. When you see it on either side, you see this a two-tone color there. That's the overflow. When that overflow is there, definitely not a big fan of this. Is definitely means price is slowing, right? So healthy retracement for this, right? We get our handy dandy Fibonacci out. Healthy retracement would be 22 cents, right? Be a very healthy retracement back to 22 cents. Now, if you start the pocket down here, 382 at a 2447. That is also a healthy retracement for a good continuation. You can see we bounced off of it already a few times. But for now, definitely bearish on he said, "Dang, maybe we could share my points." Self-care does come first. Damn, we do it every week, or fam, we do the giveaway every week, so you know the drill. But in this case, but also remember, you did bet on the price of Bitcoin at the beginning of the stream. You did put in your pick. You predicted where Bitcoin would be at the beginning of the stream, and that will give you 100 points today. So it seems like above might be the play. I haven't looked. For now, though, LCX healthy retracement would be that 22, but like we said on the lower time, or higher but lower time frames from the daily, it's seeming way better odds down to the 25 cent level. But this is what's intriguing me, is this high right here. So this price point is where it's at, 27. It's holding, but again, lower high on the oscillator. Everything's leaning bearish. So definitely leaning bearish here down to at least 25 on LCX. So keep an eye on that. 1 hour though, if you get a full strong body close over, 30, I would say 30, even, 29, 35, maybe you could see a bullish run, but we'll see. We shall see. All right, real quick. Bitcoin. We're going to go over Bitcoin really fast. It's not the end of the stream yet. So prices, it was what, 42,250? Is that what we said? I think so. No, 550. Price point was 42,550, right? For the Q&A? Pretty sure. Let me double check. I got it. Yeah, it was 550. 42,550, yep. All right. That'll be interesting. All right. Real quick, though. Price is above it, so it looks like it might stay above it. This is nice. We marked off those flags. We marked off those levels there. Those are levels we're watching if we want a nice trade in Bitcoin. Right now, indecisive. So one more time, showing you guys those levels. 43,885.90 is that high. That swing low down here is 418.48. If either of those levels break, we're going to see probably a significant move So keep an eye on that. That's what we'll watch every night. I guess I'll just save the chart in the current state that it's in so we can see those levels tomorrow. But either way, that's what you want to see. What I do like, though, is technically we got a rough little, similar inverse type setup here. You got a head and then two shoulders. Now, this could be a rough bull flag formation. If you wanted a bull flag... Give me those back. If you wanted a bull flag, would need to set a lower low again down here, right, to get that bull flag. But in this case, this is more consolidation than it is a bull flag, in my opinion. But I do like it to the upside, right? Because even on here, we were in a downtrend, lower high, came down, and then we extended. We just now broke this current structure point here. Let's just remove it for this. No, it won't. Why do you do this to me? Oh, no, give me those back. So, on the oscillator, it did break this lower high that it formed there. So, and when this comes back down, look for a turning point and then move if that does occur. If it happens now, then it's a habit. Force a habit. There you go. I did save it, so it should stay that way. But, yeah, your favorite, your best scenario here is holding or breaking out of 43.94, this price point here, 43.885 versus 41.848. Like either way on those breaks will probably hit a pretty good run. One more time on the volume. One more time on the volume profile, real quick. There you go. At the POC, right? So again, that's just another indecisive meter. Very indecisive meter. So those lines there even are better. So we're dead center nearly. Yeah. So very indecisive. All right. Guys, let's see. What's the price? Bitcoin price is 42798. For those of you that said more, you will be getting... Why is this thing? You'll be getting an extra 100 points on your profile. Real fast. Real fast. Give me a quick sec. I can see who put it in early. Let's get into the... Guys, if you're new to the live stream, I appreciate you being here. Make sure to hit that sub button every single day. We need to hit 100 likes if we're going to do the giveaway on Friday. We have decided on doing 3 $100 giveaways this Friday. Yet again. There will not be a merch giveaway on Friday. We'll be doing merch soon. Our winners for today on the predictions. For those of you that said above the current price of we said, what was it? Yeah, sorry. It was 42,550 was that price. So here's our winners. Netty FX or Nexty FX, I'm sorry, you said below. Tom Kit also said below. Fam, did you say you won? No, you lost. Fam lost. Fam, sorry, you are a loser. Sordid Cake is a winner. Rayo Zen is a lose. Arnada said more is a winner. Phantom, lose. BK, my boy Brady said above. Yeah, he's a winner. Mode. Marif said more. He is a winner. Squirrel winner. Toby, sorry, Toby. I love you, Toby, but sorry. Lentech said less. This guy said more and less. Dragon with the more and less. Dragon, I hope you put a better one in there because I'm not accepting that. Santos said more. Robert said less. He's out. Pacha said more. Silent said more. Steve said above. Good job, Steve. Steve with 100. You guys all get 100 points if you said above. We got less on that. Luca said above. Yanis said above. Dang, a lot of you guys at the end there popped off. Millington said above. Good job, man. Toby said more late. Toby, you said you said less first, my friend. I'm giving you less on that one. Davidson said less. I'm sorry, my friend. Dragon said more and less twice. Why did you say that? More and less twice. What are you doing? Tom said less. Neymar said more. All right. We have our winners. If you said more at the beginning of the stream, you get 100 points added to your profile. Our current leaders, I'm going to put up on the board. You'll see them tomorrow. But I'll tell you our current leaders right now from today's stream. Here we go. Our current leaders. Top of the board. Let me bring that song back. There we go. One more time. Top of the board, we got Dame. Right below Dame, we got Jamie. Right below Jamie, we got Fam. Below Fam, we got Edwards. We got Robert CS. We got Mike Will Made It. We got Trade Up to Crypto. Mickey doesn't count. We got Mickey on there. We got Tom Kit Loy. You guys so far are in the running for the end of the week giveaway. Toby, you're in there, but you gotta start having more fun with the chat. I need to hear more from you, my friend. But right now, Dame is at the top. He watched the longest today. So Dame so far is going to be leading this week. He watched the longest and chatted the most. So Dame leading us. Well, actually, sorry, that's without the points. Dame got it wrong after that. So tomorrow, Dame, sorry, your points won't be at 100. Everyone else will have 100 points on top of what they earned today. So I will have a leaderboard up, though. I will have a leaderboard up. So if you did end up coming in the stream early and you're able to vote on where the price of Bitcoin would be by the end of the stream, then your points will be added to your profile, and you'll see that on the stream tomorrow. So, guys, tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, you know the drill. We'll be back looking at what we went over today and see if we had any continuation on all of the assets we looked at. If you want a specific asset to analyze every single day, make sure that you join the stream early so we can add it to the board for you. On top of that, hopefully we get that Bitcoin breakout. That'd be real nice. But make sure you follow the Twitter. On the Twitter, we do analysis throughout the day. So on there, you will see current chart updates and things we're watching throughout the week and day. We post quite a few times a day on there. Very informative information on the Twitter. There's another guy running the Twitter that posts really awesome charts, so you go check that out. We also have it in a completely free Discord. Mickey does streams in the Discord every single morning that are completely free to everybody. So make sure you join the Discord. It is free. All right, completely free Discord. But then other than that, guys, check out the links in the description. We appreciate you being here. Make sure to hit the sub button. Make sure to chat more. Your watch time hours and the amount that you chat is what determines. But also, you get a massive amount of points if you post in the right prediction of Bitcoin by the end of the stream. So other than that, guys, we appreciate you, and we will see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. Got to find my camera, and Jacob out, my friends.